Now, laundromats are supposed to be pretty routine. People go in, they wash their clothes, they leave. What they aren't supposed to be is the scene of a machete-wielding maniac trying to come after your child. That is exactly what happened to a father and son at a Southern California laundromat on Saturday. Take a look. Look at this. The customers scatter as this guy just marches, machete in hand, you see him right there, into this laundromat. I mean, how terrifying is that? He rounds the corner, he spots somebody in a Niners jersey. That's the laundromat owner's son, by the way. And then he just marches out the door. But I will tell you, the nightmare is really far from over, because just a minute later, customers told the owner that the attacker was coming back. So he decided to face him head on. Now, I gotta say, this owner is tough as nails to hold the door against somebody holding a machete. He barely even backs up when the door gets broken, holding his own until the attacker finally leaves. So why did that intruder decide to go all medieval on a so-called laundromat? Well, the owner says he doesn't believe that his business was targeted, and he does note that there are a lot of transients in the area, but apparently the attacker yelled at the owner's 16-year-old son about his 49ers jersey during the incident, telling him to take that red stuff off. He didn't use the word stuff, you get what I'm just saying. But the Pomona Police Department have yet to collar a suspect here. They do say the investigation is ongoing. Joining me right now, I'm so happy to have them on, hero of this hour, Phil Hernandez, the owner of that Superwash wash and dry laundromat, his son Jacob Hernandez, who was chased by that attacker. Guys, I'm so happy to have you on. I'm so happy you're safe. Jacob, I'll start with you. My gosh, what was going on in your mind when that happened?
Well, when he came up to me, I didn't really see him at first because I was checking outside to make sure there was no homeless people on the side of the building, because we usually try to get those people to not stay, to not impede business, something like that. So I didn't hear him initially. He must have seen my jersey while I was out there and come in. And so I'm inside, I'm wiping down a machine, and he comes in through the front row of machines holding this machete, and he's yelling. I can't hear what he says initially, but he hits one of our wooden things at the tops of the machines, and he rounds the corner. He's kind of yelling while he does it. And he spots me, and he kind of comes up to me yelling, "Get that red," like you said, stuff off. And he kind of pump fakes that machete at me. And so I'm back away. I'm kind of running back. And then he just runs out of the laundromat, or walks away. And I was just feeling what's happening? This is intense right now. I don't understand what's going on, because I only noticed him right when he was yelling and then coming at me.
I still don't know what's going on. I will tell you, I think it's amazing you're both wearing the jerseys right now. Kudos to both of you. And Phil, I mean, I got to say, you're an incredible father. I mean, what was going through your mind to confront this guy? And you're holding the door. You're holding the door as he smashed through.
Well, as crazy as it seems, Jesse, I hate to say it, but, we're a little conditioned to the environment. And so, it's not foreign to me to have to take care of situations like this. I will say this is the first machete that we've had to deal with. But, oftentimes I have to kind of put myself between a situation and my customers. So this was the first time, though, where I had, my son was involved in the incident. So it kind of raised the stakes for me.
Just to be clear, are you saying this is a high crime area? Does the police give you any idea about who this is? Or you said things like this kind of happened before? I mean, not with a machete, but...
Yeah, I mean, have been incidents, break-ins, things like that. There's a lot of, like you said, just people that want to come in and try to do drugs. A lot of self-inflicted crime in this area, I think, right? So more homelessness, a little bit of drugs. Not a lot of gang activity or anything like that that we know of. But, I mean, I have to say this is up there. This definitely makes the top 5.
Jacob, you proud of your dad?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm happy that he held that door closed. He tried to protect us all.
And how are you doing, I mean, after this? Because I would imagine the adrenaline of this is one thing, the fear, but now watching this back, seeing it unfold, it's now being publicized. This is part of an investigation. Jacob, how are you doing right now?
Honestly, I'm feeling of anxious or something like that. I think about it sometimes, but it's kind of gone away, because I'm just thinking, go on, just keep working. I don't want to impede business. I don't want people worrying about what happened to me. I just want to be able to keep people's minds at peace. And so especially I think around 3 hours later, I was just saying oh man, every time I thought about it, but I wasn't actively breaking down or something like that. So I was just keeping myself going. And then later that day, watch football, get my mind off it. And then, I mean, past that day, I'm pretty fine.
Phil, do you have any other evidence, any other video that the public should know about to try to find who did this?
No, I think I've given everything that I have to, most news outlets. I think and I gave, everything I have to the police department. So I've got my confidence that the police department is doing everything in their power to resolve this situation. These types of situations, they typically don't come back, so I'm not too concerned about that. But at the same time, our laundromat is fairly close to where we reside, and when these situations take place, I have these videos, these cameras, access to them remotely, and I can be there fairly quickly. And that's helped us kind of, like I said, harden the environment to these kinds of things in the past. Really fortunate in this situation because I was not supposed to be there that day. My son often works the laundromat on his own. He's got actually a shift tomorrow night that he's got to show up for, and he'll be expected to show up for work. But I was just doing some repairs on machines, and I'm, by the grace of God, I happened to be there, and so that I could handle the situation and keep him out of harm's way.
Wow. Isn't life funny like that? It's fate. It's fate that you were there. Listen, guys, again, I'm so happy.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.